Back hustlers, and in today's video I think we need to show Joby some love. In the last few videos we've done, it's been all Archer, 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 and at the moment I feel like they're getting a bit neglected. So stick with me, we're going to discuss all of the Joby news that we've seen in the last month, and there's been quite a bit, to be fair to Joby. Now I know a lot of this channel we have discussed about Joby and their public relations and how they're not always as competitive as Archer. But I have seen in the last few weeks a few stories breaking that are making me feel slightly more confident on Joby, similar to how we were back in December. So I'm going to pull up a few articles here that we can read together, and then we'll jump into how do we feel about it. And I'd like you all in the comments to let me know your thoughts on Joby at the moment. And are you more bullish now that you're starting to see a bit more news come out with? So let's not leave any later. Let's jump straight into it. So on March the 16th, Joby posted on X stating that get ready UK, we're partnering with Virgin Atlantic to launch our electric air taxi service, offering a faster, dreamier way to get around. Now, for me, living in the UK, this was massive news. It means that I don't have to travel all the way over to America, Abu Dhabi, to go on one of these eVTOLs. I thought, what a great bit of news. And it also goes to show that they're starting to get involved in different markets. Because I know at one point we were saying that they were very heavily invested into America and then obviously the Middle East with Abu Dhabi. But I like the fact that they're stretching out and they're now into Europe. And obviously, with London being one of the main hubs, and there are so many tourists here every day, there's a big commercial base that they can definitely use. And I know one thing about Londoners is we don't like waiting for long trips. We hate traffic, we hate train delays. If you can shorten a car journey from 80 minutes down to 8 minutes, I know people would snap it up. There's also a lot of business, especially in Canary Wharf, where this will be flying straight into. So I can imagine this will be used on a lot of business flights. And at the first, I can imagine it will be quite an expensive flight. And to be fair, that is the way that I'd like Joby to go, whilst we're still trying to generate this revenue, because this is going to be a long old road and we don't want to burn out too quickly. We want to make sure there's enough fuel in the tank to make sure we get to our destination, which is commercialization and this being pushed out across the globe. So just jumping into the article quickly. So in this article, they discuss about the existing agreement between Joby and Delta Airlines, who own US and UK. And I imagine Delta Airlines probably had a major part to play with their 49% of getting this deal done. And the fact that Joby have been able to lean on Delta Air for this is brilliant. And I really think this is a great news for Joby. So it also discusses it's not just in London Heathrow where the Virgin Atlantic hub will start. It's also going to be in the Manchester airport to Leeds. So these are going to be 200 miles an hour, and the partnership means customers will be able to reserve a seat on Joby's aircraft through Virgin Atlantic's app. And this is what the CEO of Virgin Atlantic had to say about it. As a leader in sustainability and with innovation firmly in our DNA, we are delighted to be partnering with Joby on these short-haul, zero-emission flights to airports and cities throughout the UK. Our strategic partnership combines Joby's expertise in design, engineering, and technology with the power of Virgin Atlantic's brand. And this is something we discussed in our last eVTOL Weekly. And for all of you eVTOL investors, make sure you join us there. We want to know your thoughts. We have a great community at the moment. We get a lot of insight. And a lot of the time, there's comments that are brought up there that end up relaying into our videos. Because there's some great questions, and that's what we want to do. We want to get to the bottom of all these questions. So they were saying that they look forward to working with Joby service in the UK and to deliver greater connectivity for its customers. And just to give you guys in America, just in case you don't know, because I don't know how big Virgin Atlantic is over there, Virgin Atlantic were voted Britain's only global 5-star airline by Apex in the official airline ratings. They're headquartered in London and they employ 8,500 people worldwide. So Joby delivered its second eVTOL aircraft to Edwards Air Force Base in January 2025, and it's likely to be part of a $131 million deal with the US Air Force contract under their AFWERX Agility Prime program. The deal involves testing and evaluating eVTOLs for military logistics, operational support, and potentially revolutionizing defense strategies. So this will be interesting because the data and insights from the Air Force evaluations could refine the technology for the civilian air taxis, potentially speeding up commercial rollout in cities like London and Dubai that were planned for 2025 and 2026. So this Agility Prime focuses on pioneering remotely supervised autonomous cargo aircrafts and hybrid electrical eVTOLs to enhance agile combating basing. So the point of this deal of delivering it to this airbase is to include the testing, training, and evaluating eVTOLs for logistics and operational support. So that's been all of the news for Joby. So this is another reason to be bullish with Joby, that they have actually delivered this to the Air Force in this Edwards facility. And the fact that they've already got the actual craft done, designed, and handed over to them, and now that they're going to carry out their own testing. And we could even see this as maybe helping towards that part certification because they're going to be carrying out their own tests. There might be things that they can relay back to Joby, and then this might help accelerate our process in trying to get over to that type certification, which is like what I know all of us eVTOL investors are so adamant that we need to get before we can start seeing a real rise in the stock price. I do think this is big news, and this is what we wanted to see more with Joby, is relaying news. It's sort of the spin that you have to put on it, just to give that investor confidence and to make sure people know, because I was in the loop in January, but I had forgot that they are the only ones that have actually delivered aircrafts to the Department of Defense at the moment. And this testing being carried out before Archer have had a chance to deliver these crafts means that they're going to have valuable insight and information from these tests. And could that help accelerate the process for that type certification? I think we've got to wait around and find out. But great news nonetheless. Now, this has not been an Archer video, but who's invested into Archer is a major part of anyone's investment plan because you want to know what other big hitters believe like I do. So we've done a video here where we've discussed all about Archer's top 5 investors. Make sure to give it a watch. But that's all been all from me today. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. We're to 2,000. I want to say a big thank you to everyone. Couldn't have done it without you. You guys are the best community on YouTube. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.